Hello all, myself Madhvi Navarkar from Kekewak Polytechnic Nasik. Today we are going to see the topic domain constraints in DBMS. The learning outcome of this topic is how to apply the domain constraint for maintaining the data integrity in the relational database. Means after learning this topic, you can apply the domain constraints. First, we will see what do you mean by integrity constraints. These are the set of rules and regulations. Integrity constraints ensure that when the authorized users modify the database, they should not disturb the data consistency. Means whenever any user is going to insert, update and delete the data in any table, then it is not going to disturb the data consistency. And for maintaining that consistency, some constraints are given, and these constraints are known as integrity constraints. Integrity constraints can be given whenever you are going to design the structure of the database. So the integrity constraints are introduced while designing the database schema or structure. The constraints are specified within the DDL commands like create table and alter table. As we have seen, integrity constraints can be given while designing the structure of the table. So we can design the structure of the table using create table. And if you want to modify the structure of the table, then you can use alter table. Domain constraint. Now first we will see what is domain. The domain of an attribute specifies all the possible values that an attribute can hold. Means the domain of any particular column or attribute can be the values which are inserted under that particular column. So the domain will be what? The possible, the permitted or the inserted values for that particular column. For example, suppose in the student table for the name attribute you have entered the names of the students. Then the domain of that name will be all the values which are inserted for the name attribute. Domain constraint defines the domain or set of values for an attribute. It specifies that the value taken by the attribute must be atomic value. Atomic value means which cannot be divided. It should accept a single value from its domain. There are basically two constraints under domain constraint. First one is not null constraint and second one is check clause constraint. Because these two constraints are applied for the domain. Now we will see each and every one. Now first we will see not null constraints. Before not null constraint, we just see what is not null. Not null means it is not empty, because null is what? Null is nothing but empty, blank, unknown, unassigned or missing values. So not null means there should be some value. By default, any column can hold null values. And the not null constraint ensures that a column cannot accept null values. Column cannot have any unassigned value, any missing value. That column can compulsorily take any value. This enforces a field to always contain a value, which means that you cannot insert a new record or update a record without adding a value in the field. For example, in the student database, every student must have an associated student name. Means we have to give not null for the name attribute. Now how to give this? It can be given in create table command. So see the example, create table student. Student is the table name. Then first attribute is student ID. Its data type is varchar 5. Second attribute is name. Its data type is varchar. and we had given here not null. Means whenever the record is inserted, the name column cannot be blank. There should be some value. And the third column is department name, data type is varchar, size is 20. Means after creation of this table, the name cannot accept null values. Now the second constraint is check constraint. Check means what? To check something. So this constraint defines a condition that each row must satisfy. It is used to restrict the value of a column between ranges. Means that column should have some restriction, and that restriction can be given in the form of constraint or condition. It is like condition checking before saving data into a column. Means whenever you are going to insert any value, first that constraint or condition which is written into check, that will be checked,